So, and also I haven't arranged the elements in the helpful acronym that Warren has just coined, which is APE, which I like. I'm gonna do that in future. So the first one would be just ensuring efficient and straightforward routes into your service and system for young people and referrers. And some of the first steps to achieving that, and you might be doing a really good job already, is to, for example, have a bit of a look at the activity data that you have. How's the flow into your service? How long do young people tend to spend on the waiting list if you have one? How long do they tend to be seen? Explore some of the kind of outliers. Sometimes young people only come for one session. Why is that? Sometimes they miss a lot of sessions, sometimes they don't come at all, and sometimes they get seen for a long time. It's important to kind of understand some of that. Ask young people and families who are already using your service what their experience was of kind of accessing it. And perhaps ask the professionals as well, I think.
Alex, I'll just say that in Camden, when we first started, they talked to young people in Camden about Camden CAMS, and basically parents and young people said, we don't like the idea of this thing called mental health service, and so that stops us accessing it. And so Camden CAMS changed its name to Open-Minded, which was a name that was, given by young people. There was a competition, and then there was a competition for the logo. And so the service is no longer called CAMS because young people and families didn't like that. And that might sound about like lip service, but it was just the beginning of really hearing about what it is that young people and families wanted in terms of accessing the service.
It's a great way to achieve some sort of shared ownership of the service. You might also do a sort of process mapping exercise, which helps you get a sense of all sorts of things that are happening. So kind of track the process of someone beginning to kind of be referred to the service and the kind of path they might take through the organisation or even the kind of whole system. You get surprised by the kind of obstacles that pop up. And that process mapping can be quite helpful in terms of embedding evidence-based practice and in terms of accountability as well and participation. So the next element might be evidence-based practice. So this is, as Emma said, ensuring that there's a range of evidence-based interventions according to what your community needs, really. So good people to speak to here are commissioners in public health because they've got some really good data about what your local system will look like. And you also want to kind of get a better understanding, and you probably already have a good one, of the kind of capabilities already available within your service. What interventions are you already offering? It may be that you have staff who are skilled in some interventions and not offering those for some reason, or other staff who are offering interventions who aren't skilled in them or aren't trained in them. And it's really useful to have a bit of an understanding of that. That sort of data is helpful when it comes to discussing with commissioners about how they might support you to access some of the trainings that we offer, as well as other trainings that might be available. So the third bit would be accountability, and this is obviously a sort of catch-all term for using those experience and outcome tools. Specifically, I think, from our point of view, to begin with, to kind of enhance the understanding that young people and clinicians have of the work they're doing together. The rest of it is important as well. We need to kind of ensure that there's a sort of system-level understanding of what's going on, but I think that is the kind of the key thing to begin with. And you might need a sort of framework of outcomes that are particularly suitable to the kind of work that your service is doing. Like Emma said, there is a whole suite of tools that you could be using, but it's really important to be using the right ones and not to burden you and your staff or the young people who are using the service. And there needs to be a wider system-wide conversation going on that includes commissioners, because they are going to be interested in the data as well. So all of this needs to be aligned. And we can help with those sorts of conversations. We have connections, as we're based at the Anna Freud Centre, with people like the Child Outcomes Research Consortium and the Evidence-Based Practice Unit, who have lots of experience in developing these sorts of things. So the fourth thing, and this may not be a kind of principle technically of CYPR Act, is governance. So this is about ensuring that there's collaboration across the local system. All of this is entrenched in your local transformation plan. and you are engaged with this programme. So some of this is about completing those forms that I mentioned a bit earlier. So you want to start meeting with your local partners. As Emma pointed out, this is absolutely crucial, and you may have existing relationships with your local service providing colleagues. You probably want to agree some terms of reference as well, and some of this is a bit obvious, a bit sort of noddy, as a colleague of mine would say. And you want to kind of start discussing the challenges and opportunities. And then lastly, it's the participation part. So it's how do you get young people and your staff really, and families, and parents and carers, both those who use the service, but I think also those in the surrounding community, to co-transform or co-improve your service. 3 simple things you could do is identify someone in the organisation to lead on participation. You probably want to embed this in the policies within your organisation as well, and then begin engaging children and young people in the local community. You're probably already doing all of these things. Does all of this sound kind of pretty straightforward? I suspect a lot of the organisations represented here are already doing lots of these things. Would that be fair? Yes, good. So this is going to be easy. That's all I have to say. So.
I would like to thank Emma and Alex for that.